This is going to be a video about politics, not religion, because here in Britain we have an election coming up where we get a chance to vote for a new government. Isn't that exciting? In a democracy, of course, you always get a choice. Do you want to be governed by the red or by the blue? It's entirely up to you. Do you want to be patronised or condescended to by liars or by crooks? You get to choose. Would you prefer your fundamental values to be insulted or ignored by con men or by charlatans? In short, do you want your influence to be 0 or nil, and when would you like to be listened to? Never or not at all. It's your choice. Do you want some more choice? Take it or leave it. Now there is a real choice. Some people say we should have proportional representation in Britain. I'd be happy with any kind of representation, wouldn't you? I would like to see a new government, and part of me doesn't really give a damn who's in it as long as it doesn't include anybody from the Labour Party, an organisation that's shown itself to be without shame or principle, both spineless and authoritarian, both cowardly and warmongering at the same time. Personally, I'll be voting for the UK Independence Party because I want to see the laws of this country made in this country by people who live here and who are accountable. And I don't think that's too much to ask. Whoever you decide to vote for, you should know that this is the most important election we've ever had in Britain, because this is the last chance we ever will have to reclaim our power of self-determination from the criminals who've stolen it. So much of our autonomy has been handed to the European Union, where 75% of our laws now come from. That at this rate, come the next election in 5 years' time, our government will no longer be a government worth the name, and this country will have ceased to exist as an independent nation. And if you vote Conservative or Liberal Democrat or Labour in this election, and God help you if you vote Labour, you'll be helping to bring this about, and you'll be helping to put an end to democracy in the United Kingdom. Is that really what you want? Because all three main parties are absolutely committed to seamless integration into the coming European superstate, and none of them intend to give the British people any say in the matter at all. Whatever that is, it's not democracy. Time and again in Europe we've seen that the people's voice, the only voice that should count in a democracy, is the only voice that doesn't count. As every popular vote that's inconvenient to the ruling class is either ignored or overturned, because votes are merely window dressing to the European Union, which was purposely designed from the outset to be undemocratic, as a kind of bourgeois model of the old Soviet Union, where everything is regulated and no decision makers are accountable to anyone. It's ruled by a council of appointed commissioners who can do what they like and who can't be removed by popular vote, because actual democracy is just too unpredictable, and people have already shown they can't be trusted to vote the right way, and that's why the European people are now being eased out of the governing process and led nose first into a federal dictatorship by a self-serving political class who have become a law unto themselves. In Britain, they've shown themselves time and again, not just with the European Union, but with other major issues like the war in Iraq, the multicultural nightmare, the banking bailouts. These history-shaping events were never subject to any kind of popular vote, and everyone knows that if they had been, none of them would have happened. Everyone also knows that the MPs in all three parties are nothing but lobby fodder who'll vote exactly the way they're told because their whole poxy career depends on it. Why do you want somebody like that to represent you? You're better than that, and you deserve better. We all do. The truth is, you don't have to vote for any of these people, and don't let the media brainwash you into thinking you do just because they're the only ones they ever talk about. Wherever you stand in the political spectrum, whether it's left or right or green or in between, you'll find a small party or an independent candidate who actually believes in what they're standing for and who'll match your own views as well as any of these political corporations. Of course, they'll try to persuade you that a vote for a small party is a wasted vote, that your vote won't count. Yet when you consider that the leaders of the Conservative and the Labour parties are both proven barefaced liars, why would you want your vote to count for somebody like that, somebody who you know is going to break every manifesto pledge and every cast iron guarantee because they've done it all before? If either of them wins, democracy will lose, and you know that too. Now that's what I call a wasted vote. Maybe you're a lifelong Conservative or Labour voter and you don't really want to vote for the bastards again because you're as nauseated as anyone by all the blatant trough snuffling and the endless mealy-mouthed double talk, but you just can't shake off your tribalist instincts and you don't feel that you have a choice. Well, I'm here to tell you that you do have a choice. You have a real choice and a real responsibility, and your vote will count. If it takes 100 arrows to bring down an elephant, they're all necessary and they all count. And if we want to keep our freedom in this country, and I'm assuming that we do, we have to get people into Parliament who will vote the way their constituents want them to and not the way they're told. And it has to start from somewhere. As Gandhi said, you've got to be the difference you want to see in the world. There's no point waiting for somebody else to do it. It starts with you and with me. And if enough of us take the personal responsibility and actually do it, we can fracture this hard pan of complacent arrogance that's suffocating our democracy and take back control of our own destiny. And it starts with you. You have the power as an individual to withdraw your support and stop feeding this monster. You have the power to shoot your arrow into the charging beast, and it will count. But it's a power that you have to use, otherwise you will lose it. Because in this election, a vote for any of the three main parties is far more than just a wasted vote. It's a wasted opportunity that will likely never come again. So this polling day, just this once, please do yourself and everyone else a favour. Vote for your own freedom. Vote small and think big. Peace. It's the future.